If you enjoyed this popular book, then might I recommend this book? If you enjoyed Stoner by John Williams, which is a very popular book about a lonely man who is in a miserable marriage, then might I recommend Revolutionary Road by Richard Yates. This is also basically about a couple who is absolutely miserable and they do awful things to one another, and it will just infuriate you in so many ways, and it has the worst ending imaginable. Good book, though. Also a great movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, if you are so inclined. If you enjoyed The Lincoln Highway by Amor Towles, then might I recommend This Tender Land by William Kent Kruger. These are both novels that at the heart of them are about young boys who are feeling ambitious and trying to either escape their past in some way or escape their current situation in a literal sense, but who basically go on an adventure full of things that they never expected in a million years. I love absolutely both of these books. Frankly, I'm not sure which one I would file under, quote unquote, the popular one and then read the other one. I don't know, but both books are fantastic. If you are anything like myself and you enjoyed The Devil All the Time by Donald Ray Pollock because you love awful characters doing despicable things, then might I recommend Father and Son by Larry Brown. Larry Brown feels like one of those very underknown, or maybe unknown. I don't know. I don't really quite frankly know how popular he is. I don't think very, but he is a Southern Gothic writer, much in the same way of kind of Cormac McCarthy, William Gay, who's another kind of underappreciated author. This book is essentially about a juxtaposition of good versus evil. We're in a small town and a guy just gets out of prison, and just upon getting out of prison he murders two people. And then you have the sheriff in town who is the embodiment of good and kind of picking up the breadcrumbs trying to track this guy down and bring justice essentially. And it is, again, it's dark, there's some awful cringeworthy moments in terms of things that people do to other humans. And that being said, it is a very good book. It's very well written, and again, Larry Brown doesn't get a lot of attention, at least that I'm aware of. And lastly, if you enjoyed A Monster Calls, then you will enjoy The End of Loneliness by Benedict Wells. A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, I suppose, would be filed under young adult, but that being said, it is such a beautiful, moving, tragic book in so many ways. There's a young boy at the heart of it whose mother has cancer, and it is him trying to overcome that knowledge and overcome what is unfortunately going to happen. And so a monster comes to see him every night in the form of a tree outside and begins to tell him stories. And it is just a beautiful, moving book that I flew through in about 2 days and I just could not get enough of. And The End of Loneliness I've talked about before. Basically, we have a trio of siblings who their parents die in a very tragic accident at a young age, and they go off and we follow them throughout their lives as they do different things and always having this grief and this tragedy in the back of their minds.